Here's a video that I thought might be helpful, and that would be to provide you with an easy way to frame a small building. This could be used for a garage or a shed. The scale model here is 20 foot by 20 foot, and you could use it with making a 10 foot by 10 foot, a 10 foot by 20 foot. Really can be helpful. And the roof can be turned in multiple directions. You can take the roof here, it's sloping down this way, and then you can take and rotate the entire roof 90 degrees, 180 degrees. You can turn it backwards. You can have it to where the water is draining off on any side of a square building or any building that uses this method fundamentally. So it's really a simple way to build something. And it was brought to my attention by someone who wanted to know how to build a skillion roof, and I believe that's how you pronounce it. We have so many names for so many things in this business, kind of amazing. So let's just go ahead and rotate around the building. Here we go. Here's a beam. We're going to use a beam to raise the roof rafters on one side, and you can always extend the wall up. Again, I'm trying to keep this simple and easy. So the beam right here, you could frame your four walls at the same height and then use a beam to raise the one end of the roof that you would like to be at the highest point. There it is. We have our sheathing. Let's go ahead and remove it. Here's our roof rafters, and we have our fascia board here. Zoom in on that. Fascia board, you can miter the corners. I just did this to make things simple for me. Not a bad idea to nail a 2x4 onto the wall, something like this, and then put the fascia board over it. 2x4, 2x6. If you're going to use 2x8 for fascia board, you can always use 2x6 for the backboard here for the backing. And not a bad idea too to put some type of building paper underneath this. And this would go on, the building paper would go on before this. And this allows for any type of water that would be leaking that could actually get behind the fascia board. It would give it an avenue, let's say, to put it onto the next layer of building paper and not have it go into the garage or the building, whatever you're doing. So hope that makes sense. If not, just leave a comment. I can always do a video on that. Roof rafters, we got 2x12. You can use whatever you feel. I use 2x12 with 3/4 inch plywood for the sheathing. That was a little bit overkill. They're 2 foot on center. A lot of this for this type of a roof really matters. If you live in an area where it snows, you might not even be able to build a roof like this. It would might not be able to, cost wise. You might have to use 4x12s for the roof rafters, and it might not be cost effective. It might be better off just going with a regular, conventionally, kind of like a gable or a hip roof with a bigger pitch on it. So here we go, nice and easy. Like I said, the ends of the roof rafters will need to be cut. It'll be a real small angle here, and you can always do that by just putting a 2x12 up there in place, grabbing a level and leveling straight up on each end and marking it, and that would probably work okay to give your mark. And then you could use one for a pattern, cut the rest of them. Simple, like I said, and easy. Gable studs, let's go ahead and remove them. These are just going to be little filler blocks in here. Let's take the rafter off. Here we can see how the beam is. You could use whatever beam you feel possible. This is a 4x8. It's going to give us enough slope for that. 1/4 inch per foot to a 1/2 inch per foot, something like that would be fantastic for a roof. 1/4 inch, I believe, is the minimum. Rid of the beam, and there we go. 4 simple, easy walls. I put a door in there and a window. And feel free to pause this video, rewatch it as many times as you need to, zoom in on stuff if you need to see some close-ups or something like that. And I can always make another video if I didn't put enough information in here. But anyway, there it is. I think that this is probably one of the easiest structures to build for someone who is who doesn't know a lot about construction.